Hey, what's up, team? It's Thursday, July 18th, the show. Got a few things I want to run you through here today, especially given that it's Thursday. I know that statistically speaking, based on attendance over the many years we've been around, even right now, Thursday tends to be a slower day. I have my assumptions as to why that is. Usually it's people come in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, or whatever it may be. Thursday's typically a slower day, and I think those of y'all that come in on Thursdays will actually see that. So, to help you along with that, if you would like something to do, you have the workout in ClassWOD that you can do at home in some variation if you have some dumbbells or barbells or maybe no equipment. But I also threw in kind of a recovery day today, or a recovery run, a 5K or up to a 5K. You'll note that it is at a 75% effort, so not too strenuous. If you've never run a 5K before, I wouldn't suggest going out and trying it. The goal here is just to go out and break a little sweat with minimal effort, get the heart beating a little bit, and then spend about 10 or 15 minutes after that getting a nice stretch in. For those that are coming into workout or feeling like you want to work out today, we're going to start out with our dynamic, or our warm-up with dynamic range of motion, and then we're going to move into 3 rounds of 20 straight leg hops. I don't need this bad boy right now. But what that means for you is standing in position and using your ankles and your feet to hop. We're not using our knees, just the feet. Getting those ankles moving, getting those feet flexing. 20 straight leg hops. 5 tempo push-ups, 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 1 rep. We'll get 5 of those. I've mentioned these last few times we've done this. I would like you to do a variant that allows you to get through all 5 reps with that 3-second count. So if you have to go up to a box to assist you, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's perfectly fine. I'd rather you get through the motion than have to scale it some way or form. And then 10 Cossack squats. These are lateral lunges in a low position. So you'll get down, you can use your hands here. The goal is to try to stretch as we're shifting and get good pressure both on the hips, knees on this side, and then the hamstrings on the other side. And then when you start getting loose, you can bounce back and forth as you see fit. So 3 rounds of that. Once we are done, we're going to hop into a 20-minute AMRAP. 20 minutes. We're going to start out with a 400-meter run. And then we're going to hit 25 ring dips. Guys, if y'all can do ring dips, that's going to be a lot, right? 25's high rep ring dip. Feel free to scale that how you need to. You can use a bench, you can use a box. If this pressure or this angle puts too much pressure on you, let's just simply switch it over to push-ups today. Make it a little bit easier on yourself. Bands, if you use a band on the rings, that's totally fine. I would recommend, I like having 2 legs in the band so you don't get some weird balance going on. Once we get done with our ring dips, we're going to have 20 single dumbbell box step overs. All that means is you have a dumbbell, however you want to hold it, step up and over the box. Step down however you want. There's a few variations there for you. And then 10 burpee pull-ups. Now, these are always fun. You'll go to your spot in the gym, underneath your barbell, jump up. You do a burpee, jump up, pull your body weight over the top. You can do a burpee into a kipping pull-up if you'd like. For those that don't necessarily or can't necessarily do that yet, let's just do a burpee to a target. That's our scale for that. So get something that makes you really have to jump in that respect. For the minimal equipment crowd, the same idea, but you may not have a box. If you don't have a box, we'll just do some lunges today with our dumbbell. however you want to hold it, to the side, front rack, on the back, whichever. And then for the burpees, if you don't have a pull-up bar, 10 object-facing burpees. That means your dumbbell that you're using is here, you're facing it, you go down into a burpee, up, and then jump over that object and go back through it. If you have no equipment that I've mentioned, let's do push-ups instead of ring dips or box dips. You can still do bench dips if you have something in your garage or your house that allows you to do that. But if not, push-ups are a good substitution. Jump lunges. If you have no weights, you can use an odd object for those lunges, or let's just do some jump lunges in place of that. And then 10 object-facing burpees, just like the other minimal equipment crowd, and we'll call it a day. You'll do that for 20 minutes, 400-meter run. Substitutions for this, I've seen them all over the map since we've been in quarantine. Those that may have a elliptical, have at it. If you want to utilize a bike, you can do that. If you have a rower at your house, feel free to sub that out if running doesn't work for you. If you're at home, don't have any of those options, and running is not great for you, let's just do some jumping jacks in place of that. I would say 50 to 75 is probably a fair amount. I like that. That's a lot. But the idea here is, even though it's a lot, it gets you breathing. So keep that in mind when you're doing it. Maybe you just give yourself a time range to do them. Maybe it's a minute and 30. I like the reps better because then you can just move through everything else, and it doesn't really matter because it is an AMRAP, and you just do as many rounds as you can. Once we're done with that, we're going to have a cool down. 50 weighted glute bridges, however you want to do them. Just to remind you, a glute bridge, we're laying on the ground. Get our feet set. Drive your hips up as high as you can. To weight them, I recommend either a barbell or a dumbbell, holding it on your waist and driving up, squeezing the butt in the top. It helps to have your feet kind of close. If you can get them close enough and still have full extension here, close enough to your hands and still have full extension up, that's great as well. So knock out 50 however you see fit. And then we're going to hit a 2.5-minute lizard stretch. That's where we're in a forward lunge, trying to get our elbows onto the ground, hitting our hips for a nice 2.5-minute stretch. Then we'll be done for the day. Feel free to hit the HomeWOD at some point if you get a chance. It is a tool there for you to use. And I hope you have a great Thursday.